if, if we did pick up any type of free agents, any type of player, I feel like it would be like an undrafted player. It wouldn't be a free agent big name guy. And the reason why is because we really don't need to. So CincinnatiJungle.com posted this article. By the way, shout out to Drew Garson. Actually, follow him on Twitter. Drew Garson for posting this. Free agent defensive ends Bengals could target after the rash of injuries. And again, I don't really think we have rash of injuries. Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard are day-to-day at this moment in time. Cam Sample, we're not 100% sure on. Myles Murphy came back just fine. There isn't really a situation where we need to go out there and pick up a free agent because, if anything, we just get more reps for some of the younger guys, see how some of the younger guys will play, and we already know that Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson are going to be absolute dominant, right? We already know Cam Sample is going to have a good season. We really don't need to go out there and replace these said individuals. We can just get more reps for Myles Murphy, more reps for pretty much everybody. So, let's just see who he says. Called Lawson. No. I very much disagree with Called Lawson. I'll leave this link down below in the article link down below in the description if you'd like to check it out. But me personally, I'm good. I don't think we need Called Lawson. A little bit older pass rusher, obviously used to play for us. I just don't see really there being a reason to pick him up. He has not been in Lou's defense literally since 2021. Could he still play, very well? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, again, once Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson come back, it's their job. 100%. And if we were going to pick up Carl Lawson, I feel like we would already have picked him up by now. The fact we haven't, and he's been on free agency this whole entire time, unless we have a severe injury, knock on wood here, I don't see us going ahead and getting him really for any reason. If we did get somebody, I feel like we would get somebody who would potentially be a undrafted player or maybe a young guy who has the potential to actually look really good, right? And actually play really good and maybe be a competent backup for the foreseeable future. I don't see us going out there and being like, yeah, let's go ahead and get a veteran player because we don't really need that. To bring a veteran in, teach him Lou's defense, go through this whole entire process in training camp and preseason, just for him not to make the roster in the end, most likely, doesn't make logical sense. Yannick Ngakoue, again, he's another guy that, yes, could have a chance to be very successful this season. Again, a little bit on the older side, but I'm just not a fan of him. Charles Harris, Romeo, okay. And then we have Justin Houston. Again, like I said, I'm not going to say 100% these are awful choices, because I don't think these are awful choices. Like, these are still good free agents available on the market. It's just, I just don't see the point of bringing someone else in. Like, it really doesn't make sense to me at all. I believe Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson will probably be back within a week. So you're bringing someone in for a week. And then keep them on your roster and then take it up another spot. Because again, that's the whole point of this. We're trying to build really good depth on this team. And when you bring a veteran in, every time you bring a player in, you're taking over a spot of somebody else, right? There's only 90 men on this roster. That sounds like a very big number. That sounds like a crazy, insane number. Like 90 players. It's really not when you really start to think about it. So you got your offensive line, you got your receiving core, your halfback core, your quarterback core, defensive line, defensive tackle core, linebackers, corners, safeties, special teams. Like, it's really not that big of a number when you start to factor in all these things. And when you add somebody, you take away a spot from somebody else, right? I don't see any of these guys, because any of these guys, if you bring a veteran in general, you bring a veteran in, a veteran is just going to do one thing. Their job is to be a right now placeholder Band-Aid, right? We don't need a placeholder Band-Aid. We have the guys we need. It just happens to be some of our guys are going to be day-to-day. What we need is to build that depth behind that. So that if our guys are day-to-day or having setbacks or having problems, we don't have to worry about that, right? You want to have that depth where when you're in that playoff run, when you're in the postseason, and you're in the January football, you want to have backups. Because these veterans you bring in, they're not going to be there. I mean, potentially maybe someone makes the roster, but realistically speaking, they're probably not going to be there. You want to start developing homegrown type players. So overall wise, I like these options. I think they're good options, but I just personally, if we would pick somebody up, right, I think we'd pick up an undrafted guy. We'd pick up a guy who maybe played at a college that we liked. And maybe we saw something in him in, the draft, and we said, oh, well, we're not going after that guy because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? We have this guy, this guy, this guy. Well, now that, Trey's hurt or Sam Hubbard's hurt, bring him in. But keep in mind, neither of Sam Hubbard or Trey, I don't believe they're on any list. So they still count toward a 90-man roster. So picking someone else up means we have to cut somebody. So it just doesn't make sense. I understand the premise, bring someone else in, try to get someone in, but it just doesn't make sense to me personally. But again, it's just one man's opinion. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.